Round one of the 2024 NFL Draft is officially over, and the Titans came away with one player, that being their number 7 overall pick, the offensive tackle from Alabama, JC Latham. Welcome in here to Titans Today. I am your host, Jace Andrews, and Latham is an interesting pick because although he is the number 5 overall offensive tackle in our rankings, he was number 25 overall, and the Titans got him at number 7. Now, Joe Alt was the thought process this entire week leading up to the draft, but the nightmare scenario ended up happening. Alt was taken at number 5 by the Los Angeles Chargers, and then at number 6, that's where Malik Nabers went to the New York Giants. Well, that caused some trouble for the Tennessee Titans. They had a couple different options. They chose to stay put at number 7 instead of trading back, and they picked JC Latham. Now, I don't dislike this pick. I think it's actually a decent one. A young offensive tackle, 21 years old, 6'5", 342. He's a mammoth of a guy. And if you look at his arms, his wingspan is great. The thing, though, he is a plug-and-play option at right tackle. Right tackle. The Titans really were looking for a left tackle. Now, although there are teams that have potentially mentioned him moving to guard, we already did that last year with Peter Skoronski. He was a tackle, moved him to guard. I assumed you were looking for a left tackle. That's not to say that they're not going to do that with Latham. They can move him over to left tackle pretty easily. However, I just would have rather drafting somebody who had experience playing left tackle. He didn't play at all there in Alabama. He played a lot at right tackle, played a little bit at right guard, but his PFF ranks were great, sitting above 80 this past season, and then around 75 in both 2022 and 2021. He is pretty slow, and that's kind of the thing that I look at and think, okay, is that something that is going to be worrisome for the Tennessee Titans? Because if you think about the edge rushers that they may have to face, you're thinking now in the AFC South, you've got Danielle Hunter. Is that going to be a problem for JC Latham? You're going to have to go face some guys who are going to be problems with the defensive line, and is Latham going to be aggressive enough to make sure that he is there, however, not too aggressive to where he gives up the block? You know, it's very impressive what he's been able to do with his body. He's got power, and again, his length and hand size are great. But was he the right pick? I don't know. I want you to grade this pick for me. How do you feel about Mr. JC Latham being a brand new Tennessee Titan? A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know down in the comment section. How are we feeling about this? A, B, C, D, or F? A being great, F being failure, C in the middle. Obviously, B and D are the ones in between there if you're feeling kind of middle-ish. My grade is C+. Now, here is why I'm thinking C+. I want Joe Alt. That was clear. I mentioned it. I called that time and time again throughout this channel's history in the past couple months. But I also did say offensive tackle over everything. I'm not going after a wide receiver early unless Malik Nabers is there, which he was not. So they did the right thing by taking offensive tackle. I just would have traded back because you think about this team, you think about their needs. It would have been nice to have an extra day 2 pick. You don't have a round 3 pick tomorrow. You could have gotten one by trading back with the Las Vegas Raiders or with the Denver Broncos or with the Minnesota Vikings. And maybe they did listen to conversations. Maybe that was a conversation that was had with those teams. But we just don't know. I don't. 7th overall is JC Latham. And now you have pick number 38 coming up tomorrow in round 2. But past that, you don't got a round 3 and a bunch of picks coming up in day 3. So Brian Callahan, you help your father out, Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach for the Tennessee Titans, by getting JC Latham. However, I don't know if it was 100% the best thing to do. So that's why I'm going C+ in my mindset. I'd give an A+ to Game Time, though, on last-minute ticket deals because that's where I'm going for all my ticketing needs, whether it's baseball, NHL, soccer, football, whatever you want. Game Time has you covered, and it's not just sports. They've got comedy events. They've got theater. They've got concerts. The Preds are in the NHL playoffs, and you got to go check them out. The tickets for NHL playoff prices, actually not too bad. Plus, $20 off your first purchase with code CHATSPORTS will help you out. That way you can save that money, go buy yourself a nice beer or a hot dog at the game, get some pizza, some food, help you out in that facet. Now, Game Time is a place where They have killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, plus views from your seat. And with their best price guarantee, Game Time is going to take the guesswork out of buying tickets. Now, their last-minute tickets are what they're known for because they have the best deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. Fun fact, went to a Rangers game, got the ticket in the first inning for $20. Pretty dang good if you ask me. Got to see 8 innings of baseball for less than most normal prices. Now, they don't just have last-minute tickets. They got flash deals and zone deals all throughout the time. You can see those little yellow marks and blue marks. Those are your flash and zone deals. You're going to get about an 18% average of savings with those. So I'm telling you, go check it out. Their app is super user-friendly to use as well, and it's the only place that I use now to buy my tickets because it's so easy. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS. ChatSports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. Let's go back to Latham real quick because I think it's important to mention this guy and know that I am not pissed about this pick by any facet. I'm not upset with Brian Callahan. I'm not upset with Rand Carthon. I'm just a little bit intrigued to see what other offers were out there if they could have traded back. Because I think Latham maybe was a little bit of a reach. You could have gotten him at picks 11, 12, or 13. Here's what the Athletic's Dane Bruckler had to say on the pick, on JC Latham. Quote, Latham needs to clean up his inconsistencies, yet fixable habits, but he offers elite play, strength, and functional football movements to stay square and overmatch his opponent. They did give him a grade of a first round at number 13 overall, so obviously 6 picks ahead of that, end quote. JC Latham is not a bad pick by any stretch, and I think his length and his ability to really play the right tackle position well is great. Maybe they just keep him there and they can move Brunskill or somebody else over to the left tackle position. Do I know, though? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out, and I'm sure over the next couple days we'll see how they basically look at the pick of Latham, what they will do for that. Now, obviously, the wide receiver was an option and something that I think has to be the main choice for your round 2 pick tomorrow. I know edge is a need, and I know defensive line is struggling, but I just think adding a wide receiver would just be, first of all, selfishly, more fun. Second of all, I think it helps you out a little bit more. I know that the defensive line is not great, but Jeffrey Simmons can handle all that you need right there. You don't need another edge. I would go wide receiver in round 2. You can get an edge in round 4 on day 3. So are you drafting a wide receiver? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Let me know down in the comment section. Here's the pick order going into tomorrow. Going from 34, we have the Patriots, the Cardinals, the Commanders, and the Chargers. Now, I think this is where the problem could be because we obviously have the Bills at 33 as well. That could be a wide receiver. The Patriots could take a wide receiver. The Chargers could take a wide receiver. So that's 3 right there. And the Titans come in at pick number 38. That's where their second round pick is scheduled to be. Could see them move up. Obviously, they didn't trade today, so they have assets. Nothing stopping them from moving them up around. But let's say at 38, they want to go wide receiver. That's who they would like to pick. Who is available? Who is still on the board? Let's go with the most likely options who will also still be available at pick number 38. So Troy Franklin, I think, has a very good chance to be there at number 38 tomorrow. He's a great Oregon wide receiver and a guy that we've been talking about on this channel for about 2 months now. I mean, he's been a guy who I've mocked at the second round a couple different times. And it's because his speed is great, his agility is great, and his right-off-the-line movement is perfect. He gets a jump better than anyone else I've seen. The thing is, he's not a 50-50 ball catcher. He's not the greatest at getting vertical. And although he can do it, it's not something he is a specialist at. And I don't know if that's something the Tennessee Titans value because they already have DeAndre Hopkins, who is a specialist at 50-50 ball catches. I think Calvin Ridley is in some way able to do that as well. I don't think you're looking for that. For a wide receiver 3 who would be perfect for that slot, Troy Franklin can go in there. He can play the slot. He can play in a couple different places along with just playing as an all-out under route wide receiver, just going in and catching the under routes. I think he would be really, really perfect. Roman Wilson is also somebody that I've talked about a couple times on this show. I think he is the same type of receiver as Troy Franklin, where he's not going to be your 50-50 ball catcher. He's not going to be the guy who's going to streak down the field most of the time. But his ability to get yak yards is great, and that is something that I think the Titans have to look for their wide receiver 3. Now, I know it's something that could be maybe overlooked. Maybe they decide that They want to just get the best wide receiver out there. But in my mind, I'm drafting the wide receiver that also best fits me. Roman Wilson fits the Titans' needs for wide receiver 3. They've already got 2 deep threats. You get somebody who's under, can catch the ball, and then make moves with it. Keon Coleman, who had a first-round grade, is still available, and I highly suspect he will be there at pick number 38. Wouldn't mind him being the pick. I have some concerns about his separation ability, and I've said this for months now about him. I like his intangibles for the most part, but his separation in college just wasn't great. Therefore, if your separation in college isn't that great, how is that going to translate to the NFL when you're facing top-tier quarterbacks every single Sunday? Probably not the greatest, and so that's where I think you have to kind of take a step back and realize, okay, is that really going to be a great pick, or do we maybe not look at him? My number 4 wide receiver left is the guy that I want the most. And I say number 4. The reason he's on the 4th one is just simply put, I don't expect him to be there at number 38. I expect him to be the first pick tomorrow. If I had to guess, I think he'll go to the Buffalo Bills at pick number 33. A.D. Mitchell, though, is the clearest wide receiver to me that is NFL ready. I know there's concerns about his whole diabetes thing that came out. I know that's kind of an interesting thing to come out like a week before the draft. That's why the NFL has countless dietitians, and you're not going to turn into Zion Williamson, let's just say that. So I think he'll be fine with that. I like him a lot. I think his ability to become a top-tier pass-catching receiver in the NFL is unmatched compared to the other guys that are left. I just don't think he's going to be there at 38. If he is, though, I think you 100% take a wide receiver. There is a question, though, obviously with those guys, you potentially may not have a wide receiver available. You know the best part about it, though? We get to find out together tomorrow. We're going to be live on our main channel. We're going to have that link in the comments in the description. Once again, yours truly will be on the show. I beg you, come hang out with us. Man, round 2, not as fun as round 1, but hey, Titans got a pick in it. Come in, hang out with us early. We'll have a video on the pick right after that. And then, hey, round 3, you can enjoy the rest of your night. I mean, that's fine with me. I'm not going to have no presents. But if you want to hang out with us all night, we're going to be live all night on our main channel here at Chat Sports. We'll have that link in the comments and the description of this video. Day 2 of the NFL Draft right here on Chat Sports. No better coverage for you. Hit that subscribe button to Titans today, though, because like I said, we are going to have a video on that pick number 38 tomorrow when it happens. And we'll have it pretty quickly. If it's a wide receiver, great. If it's an edge rusher, great. Defensive lineman, great. We'll figure it out. I know that there's a lot of options for the Tennessee Titans. Selfishly, again, I want a wide receiver. I think that, to me, is just the more fun thing to do and the best option. But we wait, we see, we'll figure it out. Subscribe there, youtube.com/Titans today. If you're on your laptop, scroll down the red subscribe button on your phone. Twist a little bit from here to here. You can see a little subscribe button. Tap that, and I would certainly appreciate hanging out with us for tomorrow's pick. For now, Titans fans, tighten up in the comments, and we will see you next time. Peace out.